Well, what I can tell you is voters I spoke to are passionate about the reasons why they had to cast their ballots. Of course, there are feelings about President Donald Trump that came up, but also what some describe as issues and divisiveness across the country. But there haven't been too many early voters in several counties, including here in Arlington County at the early polling locations like this one. Virginia State House Speaker Don Scott says they will listen to what voters already told them they want, and that includes lowering the cost of housing. If you live in the DMV, you know housing in Virginia can be on the expensive side. But voters on Tuesday, they took to polling places like the one behind me and made their voices heard. That allowed the Democrats to expand the majority in the House, picking up about 13 more seats. Well, that impact is in terms of people, and people equal dollars. This is something that we all know. Destination DC tells me that one convention in the city, in the district right now, is seeing thousands fewer people, and that is because of the shutdown. Now, when it comes to money, the dollars, they say the shutdown could impact international visitors, which in most cases spend 2 to 6 times more than domestic visitors. Destination DC tells me that the economic impact of the tourism industry is about $11 billion, and they saw over 27 million visitors to D.C. last year. Now, the Tidal Basin is one of several areas around the district where we've seen National Guard troops taking part in these restoration projects that are all part of President Donald Trump's efforts to keep D.C. safe and beautiful. I do want to say these restoration projects, these beautification projects that the president wants to do, it covers a lot of things. Corey, good morning. She seems to be very receptive of this federal takeover. And when she was asked about how she feels if this federal takeover should go past 30 days, the mayor didn't give a definitive answer. She seemed focused on the positive results that they have seen because of this increased federal enforcement in the district. Yes, there were those heated exchanges between congressional leaders and D.C. leaders, and also heated exchanges between committee members. And we're not really surprised that there were these tense moments, because when it comes to the issue of crime in D.C., it is kind of a partisan conversation on Capitol Hill. Crime was the main focus of that hearing yesterday, but leaders were questioned about other things like the authenticity of D.C.'s crimes data. Well, sources familiar with the matter say with the recent firings of roughly, they say, about 12 judges, 5 of those judges are from Maryland courts, and Maryland congressional leaders, they tell me losing more immigration judges is bad for the whole system and delays justice. Well, guys, it's kind of like here we go again for many of these businesses here in the district. Now, businesses say they have been taking financial hits since talks of a shutdown started happening, or the possibility of a shutdown. And these businesses say they have survived the effects of the decisions from lawmakers in the Capitol behind me, and that includes President Trump's federal takeover of the district. Now, with the decision to not fund the federal government, already struggling D.C. restaurants are now bracing for more challenges and stress. Businesses say with the shutdown, people will put their money towards necessities, and food services and other services offered by local shops could get pushed to the back burner. Now, shops and restaurants in the district, they've been trying to make it through challenges in recent months. Even though some businesses have dealt with the shutdown before, they are voicing their frustration with the decisions of those in power.
This is the first time that it's happened with all the other things that are happening to this city, whether you talk about the initial federal layoffs, the issues for small businesses, particularly hospitality, the issues with tariffs.
It's affected us from the minute they were talking about the shutdown. It is a mess, and we have to pay the repercussions. That's crazy. That's so not fair to me. But hey, this is America.